Okay, good morning everybody in YouTube land. Enjoying your old friend JWB. Sunday morning. Is it morning still? It might not be morning, so there you go. We're aboard the 53660 JCB loadall, which is my smaller machine. Have a suck and grab on. I've got to load a load of middies onto PN05, so the lorry that we MOT'd started last week. We load up Sunday, ready for Monday morning, so yeah, we can get drivers can get a nice early start, good start to the week. Start right, you finish right. My old daddy used to say. So we need to get a load of these onto that lorry. Only trouble is, my first problem I've noticed, the bottom bale is wet, so that has got to be turned. The power station do not like the bottom bale being wet against their conveyor. So, well, wet and shitty. If it's black and shitty, then you want to turn it, but I turn it anyway because you do what they say and your day will be a good one. You get a nice quick turnaround. The lads at the power station are happy, and my lorry's up the road again nice and quick. So you just turn it over like that, which I've probably shown you a dozen times, and put it back on. Hopefully we won't have to do them all. Hopefully it'll just be the ones sitting in the low points where the water's sat. So that's it. Now they've got a nice clean face against the conveyor belt, which is how we are told to do it. Who's you told and it ain't your fault. That's what I always say. That's what my dad used to say, actually. Do as I bloody tell you, boy, and it won't be your fault. No. And my dad, he never wanted it to be your fault. Tell her, you know. It could be a very painful time sometimes learning with my dad. I run away from his boot up my arse many times, but I think that was across the board back then. You could batter your kids then, nobody seemed to mind so much. There you go, good old days, eh? I used to love it back then. You know, get away with murder back then, you could. Driving tractors on the road when you was 11, 12 years old. You know, nobody used to worry as long as you didn't cause any issues. I've been watching a few of them films from the lads over there in America. God, they got, you know, they got some kit, ain't they? Them big buds and those tractors. But there was a chap there with a Versatile, and he'd fitted it up with a Cummins engine, straight six Cummins engine. Massive, great thing it was. Absolutely massive. It was only just over 200 horsepower though. Like my fast tracks are 250, and they're a fraction the size of that beast. Oh, you know, Versatile. You know, I must admit, some of them tractors are pretty monstrous things, and they, you know, if they're only, I think that one was 180 or something. You know, you need a football pitch to turn the fuck around in. I still like my old fast tracks, mate. I love me Cummins engines, but I know they'll be coming to an end soon, so I will have to. Oh dear, I will have to consider changing from before not much too longer. They're going to have to go again this year because just everything's such a mix-up. But no, so I've been given all clear to take free load of quadrants into EPR this week via Anglia Farmers. and but I must admit, EPR at Sutton, they do prefer their Heston, and I was playing with the idea of sort of eventually shifting over to all quadrants, but to be quite honest with you, I've changed my mind. I'm going to stick with my Hestons and keep on whacking them out and supplying them over there to EPR. You got to give your customer what they want, haven't you? You can't sort of, if they don't want it, they won't bloody take it, or they won't until they have to. So I'm going to run my Heston for another year and see how we go. I was hoping I might be able to swap over to Heston, to middies, these size bales, but for you know, ease of the chasers, like I could have one type of chaser, but I'm going to have to just do Heston, I think, for a little bit longer, because that's what EPR like. And it can give you the edge over these, to be honest. I do these because the farmers use them, like, and if we've got any leftovers, we can send them to the farmers. But I think I've turned that over, and I think that's all. Oh, that'll be all right. You know, it's just trying to sort of supply the demand that is wanted, you know, the actual product that they want, the size bale. But I'm very much sort of work for EPR, so I've got to more or less consider what they want, like, and what they want is Heston. So we'll stick with them for another year and see where that takes us. The baler's, you know, the baler's fine. It don't need changing. It's fine. The baler is. It's just, you know, it would have been nice to run both size bale, the same size baler, and then you could run them together. Right, we got the, what is it, Storm Bertie or Bernie or somebody coming through today. It was really rough last night, I must admit. It was pretty bad last night, but it's a lot better than I thought it was going to be today. Then my little boy, he's doing his sheep. He's had a load more lambs in the night, so he's been keeping you up to date with them. He's getting pretty good at this YouTube thing now, he is, bless his heart. Ooh. This little loader is on his borderlines of his capability with these quadrants. We can get more weight in the quadrants than we can in the Hestons, to be honest with you. We are running almost maximum capacity with this old girl. But she's a bloody good loader. I see George's got himself a Merlot to look at. Straight away I could see the problem with that one on my job. You know, it's probably a damn good farm machine, but trouble being is it looks like the headstock is too far forward. And when you get up, not that that's an 8 metre machine, but when you get up to 9.5 metres with 4 bales in it, they tend to want to go backwards, these machines with the headstocks out like that. They want to fly around, when you load they want to run around on the front wheels and with their arse in the air. And when you lift up to get the height and everything, when you're stacking high, they tend to want to lift the front wheels up and go backwards, arse over tit, so to speak. And I tell you what, that can be, you know, time to empty your pants sometimes after it does that. We used to have We had one of them Dacers in here. Georgie got it in here, and what's his name? But he was singing his praise. But when we put it to work moving these bales, it nearly turned it upside bloody down. That was very unbalanced. That was. These old JCBs, mate. They've got the pedigree in them, and they really have. They really have got it cracked in the balance. I don't know about all this electrical crap they're chucking in them, but the actual balance is good. You know, like this one. Where's the hours on this? I can't bloody see them. Can't see the hours. But this one, I think it's got around about 8,000 hours on it, and she runs fine, works fine. You know, this is the trouble when that Merlot's got 6,000 or 7,000 hours on it. Trade-in value will be a fraction as it would on this. You know, they hold their value. JCB holds its bloody value. You've got to think about that trade-in value when you're buying another machine. Everybody just likes JCB. It just is a good bit of kit. And they do hold their trade-in value very, very well. I suppose this horses for courses is what you're used to. I like my JCBs. I'm pretty, I wouldn't say institutionalised with JCB, but well, whatever it is, you know. But I do like their kit. It is good. Somebody was saying to me on YouTube, would I ever consider a different breed of tractor? Well, we did have a Johnny Queer in last year, and we did try that, but and it was a good tractor in the field. I must admit, it a bit do-it-yourselfish type touch, and a couple of times we stalled it because it got too hard for it, and it didn't change his mind quick enough, and didn't give himself more revs or anything quick enough, and it a bit of a pain like that. But it was a lot easier to drive, I'll give you that. But then the new fast tracks have got all this here self-steer and stuff on them as well. I haven't actually been really put a 4230 into battle yet, let alone a 8000 series. I haven't been that lucky yet, but I have had one on demo, but all I had for it to do at the time was a bit of A-turning, so you need to get them up on the old power arrows and stuff like that. You know, I'd like a 4 metre power arrow, because the 6 is okay, but it'll only go on, well, we can get it on our smaller tractor, our smaller fast track, 200 horse, but she does know she's got that sitting on her arse. It can be a bit scary if you hit one of them potholes at 40 mile an hour. But the other thing you need to remember as well, when you're looking at these 40 mile an hour tractors, JCB are about the only one that has got suspended back axle. And if you haven't got all round suspension, all round air brakes, twin line air brakes and everything, you are illegal. You are driving an illegal tractor. You have brought something that is not legal on the road. JCB, oh shit, put your top claw in, John. That's the other thing about this old girl, her oil pump, hydraulic oil pump. I think it's getting a bit tired. She's not the fastest. We have them MOT'd every year. Yeah, the MOT's done every year. Wattlings did it last year, and yeah, they done an okay job. They got on with it. They done a good job. Fixed all the little problems and everything. Done a damn good job. I was quite pleased with it. Yeah, so they'll probably do it again this year. and we get them. They've got to be all MOT'd when you've got other people driving them. They've got to be right. This one, I don't know, other than it keeps cutting out on the auxiliary button, and you have to stop it like I just did and restart it. Keeps doing that, but I think that's about the only problem it's got, to be honest. And the front windscreen wiper don't work, it would seem. But I know what that is, we can fix that. That's always doing that. But apart from that, cracking little loader. Proper job. Proper job. I am hoping Amanda will be alright with this, the lady at the power station, because I normally run Heston in, and I've been given permission to take 3 load of these into the power station. I just hope they're taking middies on Monday. I've got to take 3 loads to EPR, and then I've got to take 3 load up to Sleaford to Eco 2. Well, 2 load to Sleaford to Eco 2. So I'd like to get these out of the way, because they're more or less in the middle of my yard, in the way, and I've been trying to get a shot of them for weeks. But now I've got the chance, I'm sort of taking a bit of a chance and sort of just taking them in tomorrow. But if Amanda isn't happy about it, I'll have to rethink. I really should have spoken with her on Friday. I really should have. But Friday's going to be an awkward old day for us, getting things sorted out for the weekend and what have you. PN05, she went through her MOT. We sorted the imbalance out, put some new wheel discs on it. That's what the problem was, so that's why we had an imbalance on the trailer, as I said in my last film. So we had to put some new discs on, and that basically sorted the problem out. I'd already put new pads in it, so I had to do the pads again, but I've got the old ones in the barn. They can go back in, but so you can't put old pads on new discs, not if you want to pass your MOT. New discs, new pads, and run it for a couple of weeks is an ideal thing, but there you go. Can't always have what's ideal. So, but no, she's all done. But then, first day up the road, we had a bit of, what was it? I can't remember. There we had a bad run, a bad storm the other week again, and the wind. It was really windy when he was on the, it ripped the bloody sun visor, because Volvo's have got this sun visor on the front. Ripped that clean off the front. So I got a new one of them sitting in the barn. I haven't got round to fitting it yet, but I don't think we're going to have any problems with any sun for a little while. I must admit, I'm enjoying doing a bit of filming again. It's nice to get back in the saddle. Been away from it a bit. I'm getting the hang. I've got a new photo suite now for cutting the films. I'm getting to grips with it, and still the films are still a little bit sort of yeah, ragged here and there at the ends and stuff, but I felt that just get myself started again and get back into the saddle and work on it, improve the quality as we go along. That's my intention. But next week we're almost ready to lift the body off of my Land Rover, so I'll be doing that hopefully Monday. Fitting a new starter on a Toyota Hilux, because that was playing up. That's my only mode of transport at the minute, so I've got to make sure that keeps going. My old Toyota Hilux, she's T-Reg at the beginning of the number plate. and she's got 250,000 miles on her, and it still runs sweet as a nut. So, which I'm very lucky to have, because like I said, yeah, she's all I got at the minute. But a few people have said about changing the engine for a Jaguar S-Type engine, and you have to swap over everything, all the sump and everything and all that lot. So I'm going to have a good look at that before I start, just to see. Is that wet on the bottom? I think that's borderline. I'll spin it anyway. Yeah, somebody's saying you have to change the sump and everything on it, change it all over. So I'll have to. I think I'll have a visit to the old YouTube and a chat with a couple of friends. I might just take the engine out. I know a company over at Henlow that rebuild engines. I might just pop the engine over to them, get them to have a look at it and give me an estimate to rebuild my engine. And it might be a better, cheaper way of doing it. I don't know. Sounds like it might be an easier bloody way of doing it. And I'm all for easy, but as long as it's cost effective. I think that's what they call it, isn't it? Not cheap, cost effective. Right, turn the squeaky red wipers off. Oh. Right, almost loaded this. Couple more lifts and the job's done. Well, this one is. I've got to put the trailer back on Frankenstein, because he's been and had a 2-year tacho calibration and been on a rolling road to just check brakes and everything are okay. We have to do that at least 4 times a year, but I try to get it done 6 times a year. So you know, I think that'll be, to be honest, I think they will be asking for 6 times in the nearest future. So so I have to get that done. Plus on the last 6-week safety record, safety check, she had exhaust, the flexi on the exhaust was blowing, so I've replaced that, put a new one of them on, and a leaky water pump. But I was going to change it, but the chap didn't even put a litre of water in it last week, so we'll drop his water up and monitor it, I think, for a bit. But it has got a small water leak on the pump. But I really didn't have time with getting all the brake tests, roller brakes done and everything. I really didn't have time to get that done this week, so we'll just monitor that. But all the maintenance is done on it, which is brilliant. You need to keep up with that, even if it's a you know, you've got a must-do list at the top of your safety check saying, well, you must do it before it goes out on the road again. You know, I've got all that list done, that's all completed, and I've done half of the list underneath, which needs to be done, but it isn't quite so important. I've got half of that done as well, so I've got a couple of bits left to do on there. That seems to be my weekends for the last couple of weeks, to be honest with you, maintenance on lorries. But there you go. If I do it, I ain't got to pay somebody else to do it, have I? And that's why I've got a workshop. And it gives the kids something to do in the winter, doesn't it? Justifies their wages. And if they're busy, they're a lot less noisy if they're busy. That's the last stack. Just got to go round, give her a touch up, make sure she's looking pretty to go up the road. If you look right, nobody will take any notice of you. No interest in you. If you look a good load, nice and square. Plus you have to have it straight, or else the cranes have problems getting it off. If you're sticking out here and sticking out there, they have problems getting it off. So it is better to Give it a little tap here and there. I ain't bloody strapping it though. The driver can solid strap it. And you can see old what's the name over there, he's got his trailer off. I'm gonna go put that back on. Jason's gonna give me a hand to do that. So. But I've got to do a bit of tapping here. She is on the wonk. I don't think these are quite as wide as Heston, to be honest with you. I think they're a smidgen narrower. We stack Hestons on their side, you see, where we stack these flat. So I'm gonna have to push that over a bit. You've got to have a